And let's just write that there now. Right now, let's see how are we doing, folks. Welcome aboard to this um, special 5K live stream. Now, before I get going, I'll just just check if everything's working. So if everybody can get me a hell yeah in the chat, that would be fantastic. Just so everybody can hear me. See if I can come through loud and clear. Let me know, folks. Let me know, and then we'll get going. Look at us. There we go. Thanks, Wisdom. Hell yeah, indeed. So, can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Many thanks for everybody that's turned up. 41 in chat, 56 in chat. What the bloody hell? God Almighty. Well, I tell you what. Let's do a quick roll call. Let's scroll all the way back to the top. I'll just try and do this as quickly as I possibly can. Chezadoodle, how you doing? Welcome in. Amy and Ozzy, welcome in. Cynthia Bosse, welcome in. Missy Me, welcome in. Diane Chambers, the Right Honourable Diane Chambers is here. Thanks very much, love. The Mad Wecker is here. P&C Paranormal. Who else is here? The Paranormal Monkey Podcast, Justin, the man himself, is here as well. Jenny Mann's in. Mr. DSC is in. Welcome, Mr. DSC. Who else is in? Missy Me, Paralytic Activities. Welcome aboard, lads. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. To see you nice. No play your cards right tonight, that's for sure. Dorset Paranormal Investigators, how are you doing? Mad as ever, I'm sure they are. Loving to bits, though. Fantastic people. The Sober Carper, nice to see you in. Lisa Horton is in. Fantastic. Lee Roberts is also in. Who else is in? Trying to get down to the bottom as fast as possibly can. Monique is in. Janice Crammond, how are you doing? Don't Scare Claire. Just watched a new video this morning. Please go and check her out. Fantastic stuff. Katrina's in. Dean Bailey, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, fella. Who else is in? Sir Spookfest is in. Fantastic. And Wisdom is in. Susan Lawton's here. Mama PZ Awakening is also here. Julia Jayadia is here. Probably said that wrong again, as I always do. The Right Honourable Beardo Gets Scared. Good evening, Mr. 5'2", 60 voice. How are you doing, man? Walking the Weird is also here. Hello, Nick. How are you doing, love? I see a collab on the horizon between them two. Walking the Weird, Nick, and Claire from Don't Scare Claire. There's got to be a meeting of minds there somewhere. Surely. Tell me this is going to happen. Exploring the Entity. Carl. It's Carl. Carl, yeah, it is. Exploring the Entity. Carl Guntrip. Thanks very much for popping in, Carl. Very nice to see you here. Please go and check out Carl's channel as well. Obviously, as well with everybody else you see on here. Chezadoodle. Let me just tell you, Chezadoodle also has a channel as well, debunking and gaming. So go and check her out as well, please. Kaz Scarlet Waters is here as well. Nice to see you, Chris. Slike. There we go. Chris, how are you doing? I think we're nearly at the bottom. We should be by now anyway. I'm going to get there. Mercia DV, how are you doing? Rilana is also here. Gareth is here as well. Janet is in. Mrs. Bob the Beard, nice to see you. Rody Joe is also here as well. Nice to see you, Joe. Howdy indeed, Joe. All the way from the beautiful States. Amy and Ozzy, I think I've already said them. Coldboard Dragon. Elaine, I got your email and I'll reply to it. I really will. But yeah, one of those 2 dates will be fine for me. just have to get Mr. Dan Dalf the Grey on board. But I'll email you later, Pet. Brian's in as well. That's BBR. That's Brian. Brian, an electrician. Go to Brian for all of your electricity sundries. Pamela's in. Kaz is in. Terry Neal's in. If I've missed anybody, I do apologise. Bob the Beard is in as well as Mrs. and Mr. Bob the Beard is in. I'm nearly at the bottom. I know I am. It's getting the bar's getting is getting smaller. Nick Derrick is here. How you doing, Nick? Wisdom. I've said wisdom. Jan W. How you doing? Velvet voice. Oh, God almighty. Ale House Horns, how you doing? The Right Honourable Lorian Jones, historical writer. If you haven't actually checked out Lorian Jones on Facebook, type in Lorian Jones, historical writer, and please go and check out Lorian because she's doing some fantastic stuff with her new little venture, which isn't quite Ale House Horns, but also incorporates. Fantastic stuff, though. Really is. And a damn good friend she is as well. Who else? IP freely. Brilliant. Oh, God. There's some cracking names, there really is. Ghost on Trent. What a collab with exactly Ghost on Trent. That would be a collab. I suspect you're probably talking about the Don't Scare Claire and Nick from Walking the Weird. Mr. Diet of Worms. What? Brilliant. Absolutely some fantastic ones. Exploring the Entity. Thanks, mate. We need to collab soon as well. Well, that would be fantastic. We really would. But as long as you ain't going to any abandoned places, mate, then I'm there with you. Oh, God. Three Spires Paranormal. How are you doing, my bald brother in arms? Yes. Lee and I will be meeting up later on this year at an undisclosed location. But he's coming down towards me, which is going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to meeting Lee. And I think Steve and Dolly from Paranormal by the Sea are also joining us. So that'll be that'll be grand. Right, let me just get down to the bottom here because I think I've actually seen everyone so far. Denise, how you doing? Thanks very much for popping in. 85 people in chat now. That is just unbelievable. Honestly, thanks very much. I didn't expect this many people at all. I really didn't. I mean, I'm always like, Carrie Joe, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hello, God. Yes. Oh, you. Let me just get down the bottom. I am very nearly there. And I think I have reached the bottom. I have. Ghost on Trent, Hey Dorset Paranormal Investigators is the final one that I can read so far. So, massive thanks indeed. Took me about 8 minutes to get through all that lot. Unbelievable. 82 people in chat. I'm amazed, to be fair. Thanks very much for popping into everyone. Rob Linklater, welcome in, fella. I don't think I've mentioned you yet. Yeah, please, let's do the YouTuber thing. Smash that thumbs up, please, folks. I very rarely say that, to be honest, if at all. I can tell you what. Let's just crack open a beer. A bit of Hazy Jane, Brewdog. Again, I keep on advertising this stuff. If they want to sponsor me, then please do. Thanks very much, Brewdog. Please drink responsibly as well. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is obviously just to say thank you for everyone that's been watching my stuff for the past, I don't know what it's been, 3.5 years. August. It was August 2020, I think it was. somewhere around there. Anyway, I've been lost now in the realms of time. Amy's not awake to you. I wish I had hair like Beto, that's for sure. I wish I had hair at all. But mind you, I quite enjoy the not waking up and shampooing and all that kind of stuff in the morning. But yeah, you deserve a bourbon drink. I definitely do, Brian. And I actually was tempted to actually get some bourbon there for tonight as well. But so I'm not at work tomorrow, which is why I chose to do this on a Sunday night. So I'm off all of next week, and I'm doing we're going up to we're going away for the week. Well, me and my good lady are, which we're really looking forward to. Straight in my glasses. Going to go and see our Soph, my daughter. So yeah, it's going to be good. The boy is stopping home. Got to help the house. Have some port. God no. Hello, Charlotte Tweedy. How you doing? Actually, I tell you what, I did have some port in the air. I normally get a bottle of port around Christmas time. I don't really drink it very often, to be fair. I'm not a massive drinker these days, mind you. I must say, if I'm being honest, folks, I did actually consider cancelling this tonight. I don't know, like if I cancel it tonight, I probably wouldn't have had a chance to do it tomorrow, and I'm away for the rest of the week, so it's I'm not. I just need to get this done tonight. I mean, it was uttered yesterday. Obviously, you know I'm not even a football fan, but you obviously know the England match. For those that live in the UK, the England match was on the Euros there yesterday, and we were invited. Me and my good lady were invited down to one of the local pubs in where I live, where they had the match on. I hummed and hard as I always do. I am called Mr. No in my household because I tend to say no about everything. All right, Steve, how are you doing, fella? Nice to see you in. We'll get on to influences over the years in a bit. Let me just tell you this. Mark has many names. I do indeed, that's for sure. Most of the time they've been nicknames by you lot, Steve and Griff. Oh, is Mama Geeking as well? Where's Mama Geek? There she is. How are you doing, Mama Geek? So to cut a long story short, we went to the pub and watched the match. Not that I'm really interested in football at all, but it was an okay game. It was an okay game. England won in the end, but so they're through to the semi-finals. But I was only going to go to watch the match, and we ended up stopping there for a few more, and then a few more, and then God Almighty, it just went downhill after that. Needless to say, I'm feeling quite washed out today. And for want of a phrase, I'm hanging out my arse. That's a great old phrase, it really is. Talk about please drink responsibly. That didn't happen yesterday, unfortunately. You live and learn, but you don't. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to the David Attenborough of Ghost Hunters. Hanging out your hoop. Chezza. I do actually like. I've got to say this. I do watch Beto playing Warzone on his channel, and Ches is always in there in his group as well. I do find it quite amusing, especially when Ches starts chirping up and that good old northeast twang comes out. She's effing and jeffing like I don't know what, and she's a funny lady, that's for sure. Proper breaks into the northeast accent. I kind of miss it sometimes because I tend not to talk like I do when I'm back home. I see I'm starting to break into it now, just thinking about talking about chess, for God's sakes. But no, it's good crack there, that's for sure. That's for sure. Mark Edgin, how are you doing, man? Nice to see you, sir. For those that don't know, Mark Edgerton is the very chap that invited me to do the fantastic place in Huntingdonshire. You saw the video for. absolutely Hinchinbrook Hall, absolutely beautiful place it was as well, and he has a book about the whole place, a book about the whole of Huntingdonshire. Actually, I don't ever actually have it to hand, or so actually I would have shown you it there and then. But no, great to see you, Mark. Thanks very much for popping in. But yeah, check out his Facebook page. The haunting of the haunt. God, Mark, link your stuff, please, or just tell me in there and I'll shout it out because I forget. I'm getting old. Biker Grove. Are you spooky? PJ and Duncan, man. Oh, God, those were the days. Spooky, man. There we go. Oh, man. Late to the party again. How are you doing, Maddie? Welcome in, love. Welcome in. You're never late. Nobody's ever late. You just come and go as you please. Just because you're here, it doesn't mean you have to stay here. Just come and go as you please. And obviously, Ghost on Trent had a premiere on tonight as well, which I will catch up with. But I was just too busy doing other things beforehand. So sorry, Paul and Mark. I will get into that. I thought I could say. Let's just say. I thought I could hear my accent in there a bit. So, what I'm going to do tonight, I'll put a bottle of bourbon, Woodford Reserve, in the van seat for. Oh, now you're talking, mate. Now you're absolutely talking, man. Well, IP Freely, thank you very much indeed for the 5. That's very kind of you indeed. He says, sorry I can't stop and chat. So many great people. Thankfully, hopefully do it again. Honestly, IP Freely, thank you very much indeed. I love that. It always reminds me that obviously we've had a few chats back and forth. It always reminds me of The Simpsons, the old IP Freely thing. I remember the chats there, Bart's phone calls to Moore's Tavern. Thanks very much for the 5. Really appreciate IP Freely. Thank you very much. I don't expect anything from people, I keep on saying it, like life is hard enough as it is for people donating stuff. It's just that's why I never ask, I never really promote anything, to be fair. It's just there if only wants it. So let's get into what I was actually going to talk about, because there's too many great folks in chat and I keep on getting sidetracked by them all. So 3.5, 4 years ago, thanks. There we go again. Thanks very much, Cheza. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks very much for the 5, darling. Much appreciated. Hey, it is much. Don't say it's not much, because it is much. Thanks very much indeed, love. Honestly, it's very much appreciated. And maybe one day I'll be good enough to join your crew on Warzone. Do apologise. You can probably hear the dog bark, and I think somebody just barked. Somebody just knocked at the bloody door, so the dog's going mental. No worries at all, Christine. You pop in and pop out whenever you want. It's perfectly fine. And you can, just if you want to watch, because obviously this live stream will be on my live slot in the on my channel. So pop by, and just watch it whenever you want. Pop in and say hi. How are you doing, Nicole? Sorry, can't stay. Just pop in and say hi. Did call my mum to her. Fantastic. Well, happy birthday, happy 88th birthday to your mum. There we go. Well done indeed, Nicole. Sorry, itchy nose. I do apologise. Elaine, how are you doing? Welcome in, love. Welcome in. So, I will get to what I was actually going to talk about. 22 minutes in, I still haven't actually got around to my point. So I was just going to talk about how it all started and where it actually started. So it all started about a year before I even released the first video. as you probably know, I've had a bit of I've had a fascination with all things paranormal ever since I was a kid. You may have heard me talk about it before. I had me and the few friends and my brother had a horror club growing up, kind of thing, where we used to make our own tattoos and go and frighten each other down spooky lanes. But so I decided to what I was going to do. I was going to actually go to the haunted antiques place in Nottingham, and I was going to talk to my friend Abby and Jez in Nottingham, who I know up there. And she's always, why don't you come up? Anyway, long short of it is, we were gonna do it. COVID hit, and then it never happened. Um, Previous to that, I'd just started watching. Well, I actually started watching a few others as well. But predominantly, I started watching the Ouija Brothers because I found their haunted museum where they're in Nottingham. So after watching, that's the one, the haunted museum. That's the one. That's the one that got me into watching Stee and Griff. And I thought, oh well, I like the way these guys are doing things. Um, I'll I'll probably start doing it for myself. So which is unusual for me to do because I'm not really that kind of person that goes out and wants to do things for himself. So I decided actually to find a few local places because when you first start out, I'm sure everybody else has done this as well. Yeah, COVID did do a lot of damage, that's for sure. So when you actually start doing this for yourself, as a lot of other people probably started doing it as well, even the Ouija Brothers probably started doing it, Ghosts on Trent started doing this exactly the same thing as well. You explore your local area, your local county, if you want to call it that. Um, so yeah, that's what I did. So uh, I found a church up by just on the opposite, because I'm like on the border between Hertfordshire and Buckinghamshire, and it was just across the border in Buckinghamshire. There's a church. I can't remember the name of it there now. I think it's a place called Ellisborough or something like that. But yeah, it had a folklore tale of a which I've actually done a dead cold tale about, called the Ellisborough Happenings. So the I was going to go there first, and then I decided it's not a particularly big place. I wanted something a little bit bigger. Um, the so I decided I found Cold Christmas Church, and that was my first ever place that I visited. I had my phone. Didn't even have I had a K2, a K2 and a phone. That's what happened. No, did I have anything else? No, I didn't. It was just the K2 and the phone. So I went there one afternoon, the last August bank holiday afternoon, to go and scope out Cold Christmas Church. And the rest, they say, is history. So what I was going to do, I was just going to have a quick look at. Let me just share the screen here. Share the screen. Bear with me on this, folks. Please bear with me on this. I've never really done this before, so just bear with. Cold Christmas Church. Share that one. So if you hopefully you can still hear me, what I'm going to do is just show you my very awkward first moments of me trying to explain Cold Christmas Church and welcome to my channel for the very first time. I cringe. I really do cringe, to be fair, but here we go. Handsome lad. Beautiful place, honestly. A lot less grey in the beard then. I'm sure Beto was probably saying he's probably called me some kind of wrestler by now. There we go. So, oh, hang on a second. See, what have I done? What have I done? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's just knock that off. Right. Yes, indeed. That was oh, we can't see it. We can't see it. We can't see it. Oh dear, dear me. Right. Maybe I just haven't actually dementia kicked in. Well, share the screen. I don't know how I've actually meant to do this thing, to be honest. I never clicked on the share the screen thing. I had this whole thing lined up, so I don't really know, to be honest. Anyway, let's not get into that. Can everybody see me now and hear me now? Oh, I've just realised actually. I've just actually realised who Mr. DSC is. How are you doing, man? nice to see you, Mr. DSC. Good. Right, we're all back. We're all back in the same room again. So when I went from Cold Christmas Church, went to Devil's Bridge. I think I eventually went to the church in Sedgeon Hall, which has got some fantastic folklore in there and brilliant stuff. Dan, nice to meet you as well, mate. I actually might have called you. I might be right and I might be wrong, but please, Mr. DSC, tell me that I might be right and your name is Dave. Even Mrs. DSC can probably tell me that. Excuse me. Anyway, so I went to. Where did I go? So it kind of just went on and on from there, really. I visited loads of different places around the locality, and went up to. I started doing all the three county stuff as well. So I went to Buckinghamshire, went to Bedfordshire. Obviously, you saw me at to do Horton House, where the very very misty Horton House, where I absolutely crapped myself several times, to be honest. Again, all by myself, and then eventually going into doing stuff with Steve, who I'm not too sure was actually is in the chat tonight. Steve, if you are in the chat, I've got a lot of thanks Steve for as well. Minsden Chapel as well. Diane's a Hertfordshire lady as well, so she eventually joined us as well. Great to actually meet Diane as well, because I knew who Diane was from watching Justin in his Paranormal Monkey podcast, but before that, obviously, when he was in Paranormal Truth. So yeah, all good, man, all good. Mr. Grey, how you doing, fella? Dandalf the Grey. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks very much, mate. Very much appreciated. Nice to see you. So what else I was going to do tonight? I was going to say there was a couple of there was obviously I did a lot of stuff around the local counties, Buckinghamshire. I didn't go to Wiltshire until a bit later on. Wiltshire. I'm not too sure I've actually been to Wiltshire yet. Shropshire, I've been there a few times. Oh, the Crawling Chaos. Many thank yous indeed for the 5 gifted memberships. Wonderful. Thanks very much indeed. Very much appreciated. I really actually must get something sorted out for members. I've got obviously with everybody's kind stuff from the premiere, the premiere that the last premiere I did. I can't even remember my own stuff. To be fair, my mind's just gone a blank, as it always does when I do these things. Mike Lowry, how are you doing? Mike Lowry. I'll try and get it in. Say it like Beto does. Yes. Thank you very much. The Crawling Chaos. Very much appreciated. It really is. I really must actually get some stuff sorted out for members. I really, as I said before, I've got so many members these days. It's just crazy. All thanks to all the wonderful people that donated memberships on the last premiere. Hopefully, I'll keep a few because the membership only lasts for a month. But I'll get something on there. I will. I've got a busy week next week, but once I get back at the weekend, I shall get something on board. I have to. It's just not fair for those paying members, that's for sure. Not to actually just to leave everything blank all the time. So eventually, we went up to. I got an invite from a well-known character within the paranormal world, or the paranormal world in our own little hemisphere of it all. You probably know him. His name is Martin Owen, and he just done a. You starting us, Mark? I am. I'm terrible. I am terrible. I actually don't deserve members. To be fair, the amount that I don't do for paying members is just ridiculous. To be honest, so I'm always very appreciative of having members. But I need to start doing something for them as well. It's terrible. I'm terrible. So sorry, Burpingtons. I got invited up. Yeah, this big shout to Mart because he obviously the Ouija brothers and Paranormal Activities were the first people that I actually collabed with. Obviously, I collabed with the Ouija brothers first at at the wonderful and I'm sure Steve probably I'll back me up on this, but the maybe not so haunted Inglefield Hall. Oh God. But hey, it was the first time I'd ever met the Ouija brothers, and it was fantastic to meet them. It really was, and it's just gone on from there, really. Oh God, indeed, mate. Oh God Almighty. Yeah, well, you got to try these places, mate, haven't you? You got to try these places, haven't you? So, good old Jeff. So eventually, after the Ouija brothers doing this fantastic place, I got an invite to go to the same place with Martin, and it was a great night, mate. It was a great night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Damn nice to finally meet you as well. I actually was just looking back at that today after going through a few videos. Kicking off, Jesus Christ! It was like it was as quiet as the grave, mate. That's for sure. Anyway, by the by, who's to say it's not? Who's to say it's haunted? Who's to say it's not? There we go. Um, so yeah, Steve and Griff did a fantastic video at Lanai Hall, which was then called Haunted Hill. I'm sure you remember that. And I'd never done an inside investigation before, and so I got invited up there by Martin after yeah, just a normal legit investigation. Then yeah, definitely, mate, definitely Ghost on Trent. Um, so yeah, I got invited up to the same place to go and do a investigation with Martin at this fantastic old Georgian place. And yeah, it was absolutely fun. I mean, I was absolutely bricking it. I really was. And what I'd probably like to do, if I can get the screen sharing thing working, is to who's just done that? Mike Lowry. Many thanks for the 5 gifted. Unbelievable. Honestly, thanks very much. You really don't need to do this. Honestly, you really don't need to do this. Honestly, please save your money, please. No, honestly, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much, Mike Lowry. You are very much appreciated, Mike. I've seen you do so many good things. You're a very generous person. It's fantastic. It really is. The generosity for people is unbelievable. It really is. It's heartwarming. So what I want to do, let me just actually, because this actually started me off has inspired me further. Obviously, I was very inspired by the Ouija brothers and paralytic activities as well. The way they used to do things. Obviously, I was on their live stream as well, and also before I started watching. Well, about the same time actually. Once I got to know the Ouija brothers, and I started move it. Excuse me. He's Jerry. Say hello, fella. Hello. There he goes. You can always rely on cats to stick your asses in your face all the time, can't you? Maybe he wants to go out. There he goes. He'll jump out the window. Those damn cats always get in the way. And they always. I just mentioned this to Claire the other day when I was watching a video this morning. It's as at the end of it that a cat went and stuck its arse in Claire's face. Basically, that he is a gorgeous cat. To be fair, he's a handsome lad. Right, lad. He's just on the windowsill there. On the windowsill, just considering going out. So what I want to do is actually show you something. Now, majority of people in here have probably seen this already, and I really hope this works. So let me just get onto sharing screens, and I really hope this works. Share that. Maybe we can do it this way. That actually might work. There we go. So, can I be in this as well or not? Am I actually... No. There we go. You get me and everybody else in there as well. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it another way. Can we do it this way or not? Sorry, I do apologise, folks. I am useless at this kind of stuff. I really am. I'll leave it like that. For the time being. Keep clicking. before you know it. No, I'm just not getting it, mate. I'm just not getting it. I am hopeless at things like this. I really am. That's why I don't do live streams very often. Just terrible, to be fair. So I'll leave it like that. What I'll do, I'll start this off. Oh God, how not to do a live stream, for God's sakes. I'll start this off, but I want to show you what Martin did. Now, those of you that haven't seen this, Martin he's a fantastic. He puts together such fantastic stuff. I mean, he did this this wonderful intro to my video, and obviously this is the first time I'd probably had a proper really there probably really was a very in-depth and detailed intro, and it kind of started me off on wanting to do my own intros. So Martin, all the intros you see up to date, Martin is in part, Martin and probably the Ouija brothers, and but yeah, it really inspired me to actually start making more of the videos and start to create some kind of cinematic experience at the beginning of it all, to try and explain something about the place at the beginning of it. So anyway, let's just see what you think of this.
No, stay where you are. Do not break the stillness of this moment, for this is a time of mystery, a time when imagination is free and moves forward swiftly, silently. This is the haunting hour.
amazing. I'm sure you'll probably agree with me. That is absolutely amazing. Fantastic stuff from Matt. It really is. He is a very, very talented individual. He really is. Now, hopefully, you actually all saw that. I'm pretty sure you did. But yeah, please go and check out the rest of the video because that was probably the first time. Well, that was my um, first ever inside investigation, and I was genuinely anxious about doing it. Obviously, the history and hauntings that come with that place, and I know obviously who else is in here as well. Ghosts on Trent have also been in there. Um, but yeah, I know Staffordshire Paranormal and Spoilers have also been in there. I don't think they did a video there, but they did visit the place. Beato's been in there. Dan Dalf the Grey has been in there as well uh, with the loopy fella. I can't remember. Parple, sorry. Parple, sorry, Parple. I do apologise, Rob. I just instant, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Cheers, Rob. The place is incredible. Paul, it really is. It's fantastic. Um, sorry, I just forgot Rob's name. Parple. I forgot his name for a moment. Um, well, he is actually loopy. He's a. I mean, I've never met the guy, but I'd like to meet him one day. He's a legend of a fella. He really is. What a bloke. So much energy. It's unbelievable. And I like his collabs. These collabs that he uses with Dan as well on World of Mr. Grey. I've watched a few of them. They're really good. So yeah, more power to the pair of you, mate. That's for sure. But yeah. Oh, what's just up there then? Jody Music, thanks very much for the 5 gifted. Um, really is fantastic. Honestly, thanks very much indeed. It really you don't expect these things all the time. But yeah, absolutely wonderful. Wonderful to be so generous of people to do this. Thank you very much. What did I just see there? Ouija Brothers, you need to go back. I loved it when you investigated that place during that storm. That was pretty full on. That's for sure. If you want to go and check out the Ouija Brothers and um, and check out their video that they did from there during the storm. It was the second time you visited the place, the actual place itself. Yeah, it was awesome. Let me just close this. What it is, I want to close the window because there's so much interference that's going on at the moment across our house. Obviously, if you're a Formula One person, you'll know that the British Grand Prix was actually on today at Silverstone. Now, for all of the weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have constant sorties of helicopters going across from London, because I live in Hertfordshire, just outside of London. Going from London to Silverstone constantly. They're just backwards and forwards. Like every 30 seconds, there's another helicopter going past. Just yeah, Diana knows exactly how she lives in Hertfordshire as well. So yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know Steve's a bit of a fan of the F1. Diane, I also want to thank Diane as well. Sorry, I haven't thanked you yet, love, but I want to thank Diane for all of her guidance and knowledge, and just generally being a great mate. I've thoroughly enjoyed being in Diane's company. She is a wonderful lady and great, fantastic to have around when you're on an investigation, because she has a knowledge and an understanding of a lot. And just because she hasn't got no worries, love, and just because she hasn't got a YouTube channel doesn't mean she isn't knowledgeable about all things paranormal, history as well. She's very good on history. Fantastic lady. Obviously, she's worked a lot with Justin from Paranormal well, formerly Paranormal Truth, now of Paranormal Monkey Podcast. Yeah, so fantastic lady. Brilliant. She can certainly talk. I'll give it. Oh, just for those that maybe don't know yet, but I'm sure you probably do know. Justin from the Paranormal Monkey Podcast is do his usual Monday slot on his channel. So please go and check him out, because tomorrow night he's talking to the Ouija brothers. Now, for those of you who probably don't know, but I imagine probably most of you do, they when Paranormal Truth were around, that was Justin and Dale. They were the Ouija brothers were quite heavily influenced by them. So there we go. So please check out Justin's podcast tomorrow night, and it's on at 8 o'clock. I think, is that right, Justin? The Paranormal Monkey Podcast. Please go and check it out. Right, I've got a question here from Lisa. If I've missed any other questions, please fire them my way again, because sometimes the chat moves and then I just don't see things. Who else would you love to investigate with? Well, I've got a couple of things that's going to happen this year, and next year as well. I right. This is going to be an exclusive. I might as well mention it now, but it's a while away yet. Anyway, it's next year. So in April next year, I will be doing East Drive. I have booked 2 nights at East Drive. Now, the first night, which I probably know everybody's probably going to look forward to, I am going to do night 1 by myself, or night 2, whichever suits the people that I'm going to go with. But yeah, I'm at least going to do 1 night by myself at East Drive. And on one of the other nights, I have invited Diane and Justin and Gemma as well. Gemma from also you'll know as well. Good friend Diane's, and obviously heavily with Paranormal Truth and the Jamaica in Paranormal team as well. But I don't think Gemma can come, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. To be fair, I really am. But that's not till like April next year. But you just have to book these things well in advance, because obviously places like that are really heavily booked. Yeah, so I am actually booking things. I know there's going to be few and far between actual bona fide investigations. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one with Justin and Diane. It's going to be a beller. And what I wanted to do with Justin and Diane as well is because when they were together at East Drive years ago, they had obviously with a few other people as well, they had a very strange experience. And you might have heard them. In fact, in my video of East Drive, which I did a few years ago, we talked to. I interviewed Diane at Devil's Bridge, and we talked about what happened. And Justin's talk. You probably heard Justin talk about it before as well. So having them two there again to actually do, and we'll explain things as we go whilst we're there at East Drive. Now, on the night that I'm going to be by myself, on the night. Full Dark Paranormal Explorers, thank you very much for becoming a member. That's very much appreciated. Amy and Ryan from Full Dark Paranormal Explorers. Now, before I go into this, let me just tell you something. Amy and Ryan from Full Dark Paranormal Explorers, they dabbled for a while in changing their name from Amy and Ryan's Weird Adventures, and now they've gone back to their original name of Full Dark. So they will be doing more investigations coming up soon, I think. They've been some, but I'm over the moon to actually see them back. I really am, because again, you talk about people who influence you. Amy and Ryan from Full Dark Paranormal Explorers influenced me in the way I put together my videos a lot. back in the earlier days, and even still do now. It's just I kind of like if I'm gonna I know I dance around a lot with where I'm going with this live stream, but if I'm gonna talk about people that influenced me a lot, I take influence from a lot of people. Um, Obviously the Ouija brothers, um, Paranormal Truth, um, Amy and Ryan's Weird Adventures. Who else? Staffordshire Paranormal Explorers, Ghosts on Trent. Yeah, I mean, and the list is endless. To be fair, Three Spires Paranormal, um, loads of others as well. Loads of others. I mean, I could mention many others. I really could. DPI, all of them. You may not think you actually influence people, and especially me, but you do. Um, and for all you guys that put out videos and spend time putting out videos, I know exactly how difficult it is, and how time consuming it is to make a video to actually put out onto YouTube. So the work that goes into the likes of, especially the more heavily edited ones that I know Amy and Ryan do, Ghosts on Trent and the Ouija Brothers. And I'm not just calling them out because they have they do they're very well put together videos. Staffordshire Paranormal Explorers put together some fantastic videos. Three Spires put together some fantastic videos. DPI put together fantastic videos. Nick from Walking the Weird puts together some fantastic videos. Don't Scare Claire, again. You might be thinking there she's just in front of the camera talking. This all takes time. Rehearsing, take time. Remember your words. It's just, editing is a pain in the backside. There we go. It took me 30 hours to, what Steve just put there. It took me 30 hours to out together our last video. So much effort. Exactly, mate. And if you were to put them 30 hours into a monetary value, I mean, you're basically doing it for free, mate. You really are. Everybody that spends a lot of time putting these videos together, it is very time consuming. It is, but we do it because we do it because we like it. Well, I like to think we like it. I know when I get to the beginning of a big edit, I'm thinking, God Almighty, I really can't be bothered with this rubbish. God, not another massive idiot. I mean, the one that I just did from Woodchester Mansion, I loved it, but I was dreading putting together that video because it was just exactly dying. We do it for the love of it, and anything else is a bonus. If anybody wants to donate anything like that, or they give you it, even they want to share it around. I'm not talking about donations. Anybody that actually spends time, sits down and watches your video ought to be applauded. Really is, take time out of their life to watch your videos and then comment, and all the rest of it. It's just, it's fantastic. It really does. Exactly. You do it for the love and the end result, you mean. Exactly. You definitely do. The end result is always great. Martin, how you doing, mate? We've just been watching one of your intros, mate. We have. So I just introduced your video, your intro that you did for me on my first visit to Nanai Hall. So, and everybody loved it. Everybody loved it, mate. And you are a fantastically talented individual. And I was just saying to everybody that you have heavily influenced me on the way I put together my intros and how I do things. So thank you very much, Martin. It's always a pleasure to actually come and work with you. I know we don't do it for things very often at all, but when we do, it's always a pleasure to meet you, mate. And more power to you, mate. I really do. And Martin's got a fantastic project coming up that you may have seen him advertise on social media. So yeah, looking forward to that one when that eventually comes out, mate. Just Martin, just a legend. Cheers, Martin. Yeah, mate. 2 years ago, at least, maybe 2.5. Making me blush. Right. where have I gone with this now? Because I've got completely off where I need to be. I totally lost myself. So what I was going to do, um, I was going to do a. I have gone off piste. I do this a lot, Maddie. I really do. Sometimes, as the great Billy Connolly actually said, sometimes I'll start with a story, and then I'll get a few other stories in between that story, and I'll wander away from the main story. Sometimes I'll never come back to that story, so you never get the end result. Yeah, it was your fault, Mark, because you just came in at the wrong time. So what are we on there now? I've been here for an hour. Goodness me. Cliffhangers, freaking cliffhangers, mate. Jesus Christ. Tangents are a lot of fun. Just keeps the adventure going and going. The Big Yin. The Big Yin was a legend for that. He really was. I mean, I tell you what, I'm not we're talking about paranormal stuff, but Billy Connolly for me is probably the greatest funny storyteller in the entire world. And I know he's probably like he's in a poor state of fettle these days. He really is. Bless him. But what a legend! What an absolute bloody legend! Hang on a second. Many thanks to the great Beardo. Just because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Yes, it does make me feel uncomfortable. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Thanks for making me uncomfortable, you sod. Excuse me. Beardo with the distraction. Oh, God. Scottish pride. Tell you what, Scotland's got a lot to be proud of. What a wonderful country it is as well. Obviously, I'm from the northeast, so we are pretty much neighbours, to be honest. Um, but I tell you what, I'd actually love to do. You're talking about, I mean, obviously, that's what happened. I know Lisa asked me who I would like to collab with. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that question again. God Almighty, useless, absolutely useless. What a useless live streamer I am. But yeah, so Lisa asked me. I'm not going to go back and try and find the question, but Lisa asked me who I would very much like to actually. I don't think anybody else I'd like to collab with. So I would like to actually collab with Ghost on Trent, who again make fantastic videos. I'd love to do something with them at one point. Oh, you Scottish Pride. Sorry, man, you're in Pennsylvania. Well, still, how I can be scuppered straight away. There's got to be obviously with you being called Scottish Pride. There's got to be a Scottish connection there somewhere down the line. Only a matter of time, mate. Yeah, thanks very much, Paul. How many points are there, Mark? Do I need a vat of? You might, Diane. I also want to give a big shout out to Steve as well. And I might know I was just started talking about that earlier on in the video, but Steve, I know he's probably not in chat, but if you do watch this, mate, many thanks indeed for all your help over these past few years, and even the last video that we did at Woodchester Mansion wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Steve, because he actually drove us there. We were having car trouble. I was having car trouble, so I couldn't really got there. And Steve was very kind of him to actually drive us both there. So fair play to Steve. He's helped me out, even though he probably says that I'm talking crap, but he has helped me out a lot over the years. You really have, mate. So just take note and thank you. Yes, Indeed, Maddie. There's definitely something in there, whether it be in the cellar or there's got to be something in Woodchester. There really has. What a beautiful place. Um, um, must be a Steve thing. Where northeast are you? Dead cold. I'm in Stockton-on-Tees. Hiya, Jay. How you doing? So originally, I'm from Durham. Actually, I was born in Durham City, Dryburn Hospital, which is no longer. So yeah, north side of Durham. I lived in Jarsgate for most of my life, if you know Durham at all. Uh, but no, I don't live in the northeast anymore. My mum still lives up there somewhere. Well, somewhere she just lives just outside of Durham. But and I do go and see her a couple of times a year at least. So yes, I am originally from Durham. So yeah, Stockton-on-Tees. I used to go there years and years ago. There was a nightclub there that we used to go to. Depending on how old you are, Jay. I mean, I'm 52. If you're in the same kind of if you're in the same kind of age bracket as me. But I used to go to now and again, not often. There was a nightclub there called quite a famous one. I think it was called Tall Trees. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. Back in the old rave days kind of stuff. I'm not really much of a raver. I'm more of a rock guy, to be fair. I am a rock guy, to be honest. But I had my stint in the rave days as well, if you can believe that. Me. Uh, yes, there's plenty of Steves around, and they're all good people, mostly. Yeah, thanks, Jan. Thanks very much. Actually, no, that was actually Steve. Steve from the Ouija Brothers that started that old 5'2" thing off at the Hill House, which is a seamless link to what he was asking. Any plans to visit Hill House again? Oh, excuse me. Well, there are plans to visit Hill House, Steve. I'm not actually 5'2", by the way. I'm a smidgen under 6 foot ish. Let's just say 5'11", 5'11" and shrinking. Tall trees in yard. Yeah, nice one, Jay. Cracking. God's sakes, I'm going back some years there, man. That's for sure. Probably back in me late teens, early 20s. Fucking eons ago. Steve, that's the wrong thing to say. I've got a lot of love for you, mate. Yeah. So what I was going to try and do with Hill House, I've been talking to Kev Kerr, the Right Honourable Kev Kerr, and Lorien, and I haven't booked anything yet, but obviously Lorien knows the owner of Hill House very well. So I am probably we're going to try and go back there this year for a couple of nights, but bear with me on this because this is part of my, if you want to call it, paranormal recovery. Because I've been a bit burnt out with videos of late, to be honest. Obviously, I know I managed to get the Woodchester one out, but I'm quite burnt out with doing out and out paranormal videos. So what I'd like to do at Hill House, and this is an experiment more than anything else, I want to go back there and for 2 nights. I'd like to go back for 2 nights. I've been trying to bend Lorien and Kev for going back there for 3 nights, but obviously they've got children, young kids as well, so it's very difficult for them to actually pin something down sometimes. But no cameras, no gadgets, no nothing. I'm just going to go there, and we're going to go there and just experience the whole thing that Hill House has got to offer, and that's not just getting drunk on Butty Back. But yeah, I think that's what I actually think that's what paranormal investigators need to do, because I get so, and I got, I've been talking to Diane about this as well, and Gemma from the Jamaican Paranormal team. And when I was at Parameet last weekend, we talked about it then as well. So there's a need, I think for paranormal investigators, and I feel the need as well, to actually just drop the cameras and just forget about cameras and recording stuff. Because when I'm there uh, yeah, we were massively hungover when Steve and Griff turned for the second night. Again, hanging out me hole. Um, yeah, well, that's what you're led to believe. Ghost on Trent. If you don't take cameras, it all kicks off. Well, to be honest, if that happens, then I hope it does. But people are just going to have to believe what I'm actually going to tell them on social media if that's the case. And if they don't believe me, then so be it. But at the end of the day, that was my experience, and I need to experience these things without actually having a camera in front of my face all the time, looking at what's going on. And I feel quite. I almost feel a little bit passionate about that. Like, I need to actually just drop the camera, go to places and experience the place instead of going there to film. Um, exactly, mate. You need to have your own personal experience. And I think I need to do a few of these this year where I just, I'm not filming. And I know obviously it's no good for it's no good for the YouTube channel kind of thing. But at the end of the day, if I don't start doing this and start getting like um, if I don't start doing this for myself, and not for everybody that I want to watch my videos, which I'm very much appreciative of, but I need to start doing things for myself and experience these things for myself. Um, exactly, Diane. I had a torch with me a couple of months ago, and that's when I got a big shock. Not from the torch. Yeah, so I think I need to do this, to be honest. Because I think too many paranormal investigators, and that's including myself as well, just go there to film and that's it. Um, we need to actually, paranormal investigators need to go there and experience a thing, be in the moment with the location. It's That's what needs to happen, I think. Um, Sod the videos for the time being. Sorry for those folks that obviously like my videos and watch them, but we need to actually. I need to get my own personal experience. Anyway, enough on that. Evening, Mad Paranormal Investigation. How are you? All good. Thanks very much. Welcome in. Anybody is welcome to come in and out as they please. And what Fall Dark has just said there, which leads me on to what's actually going to be coming up next for me. So, what I intend the next video to be. Now, this was a while ago. Diane probably knows what I'm going to say here as well. When we went to Chillingham Castle, which is probably a couple of years ago now, I did a lot of extra filming there, from not from Chillingham Castle, but from the surrounding area. There's lots of other places around Chillingham Castle, immediately, pretty much in the vicinity of Chillingham Castle, to go and see. So there's a beautiful little chapel, and a church, and there's obviously, I think it's called the St Peter and Paul Church just next door to Chillingham Castle, and there's other things as well. So what I intend, I've kept it for all these years. So what I intend to do is to make a video out of all the extra bits and pieces from around Chillingham Castle, but not including Chillingham Castle. So that is what the next video that comes out on this channel will be. It'll be a pure history one. There might be a few little bits of paranormal talk in amongst it all, but there'll be no gadgetry. There'll be no. It's obviously filmed all during the day as well, so you can see it in all of its beautiful Technicolor. Because it is a stunning place. It really is. I mean, obviously, I know Steve and Griff have been there as well. But yeah, the surrounding area is absolutely gorgeous. It really is, and I'd like to try and capture that in the video. So thanks very much, Steve. No, it was grand. I actually really enjoy doing the narration. So hope you guys like the narration I do as well. I know obviously I do it on most of my videos, so I hope it doesn't get too boring for you. But yeah, that's what I would like to do. I am going to do a few more history videos, and much like uh, yeah, much like Don't Scare Claire and Nick from Walking the Weird, I'm taking on board what they do as well. They what those two ladies do inspire me as well. So it's I enjoy their videos. There's a lot of history involved in them. Obviously, it's paranormal history as well. But the two for me, paranormal on historical locations, paranormal stuff and history come hand in hand. They go together. You can't ignore one without the other, because that may be the reason why something's actually going on there. Whether it's a folklore tale or an actual haunting, then that's all part and parcel of it as far as I'm concerned. And in the daylight too. When we have no intro video, Mark's my go-to man. I've actually, I hope. Paul, do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind if I mention this? He's just giving it away there. To be honest. Fantastic. Now, please watch Ghost on Trent next video. And I'm not just saying this for my, but Paul asked me to do some narration for him. So the next video that they're going to do is a folklore tale. To be fair, obviously I can't wait to see what they've actually, because this is like right up my street. To be fair, what Paul and Mark have probably gone and done, and then I've added my narration to it on Paul's ask. Is the whole thing is right up my street. It really is. So keep your eyes and peepers peeled for Ghost on Trent. New video coming out. It's probably come out next week, I'd imagine, at some point. But yeah, and when it does come out, I shall be sharing it around as well. Not another narration. The UK has only just tried out. Oh, brilliant. Beardo's community seems to think that I control the weather. I think they made them seems to make it whenever I narrate something, it starts raining. It makes the atmosphere moist. Always funny. Always funny. Yeah, plenty of drippage, just for sure. Hashtag drippage. Oh, brilliant. Right. Leads me on to the next thing that's coming up as well. So I haven't got this yet, but when I was at Parameet, let me talk about this first. Right. Parameet 2024, last week at Hinckley in Leicestershire. Absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. So good to meet all the wonderful people. We're all sat around the table drinking beers and chewing the fat. So met loads of people, and some people I've met before, some people I haven't. So I actually met Don't Scare Claire there for the first time. You might have seen a few pictures or a picture of her and me on my social media that her husband took. That's Mr. Don't Scare Claire. So yeah, Parameet in Hinckley last weekend, absolutely fantastic. Had a whale of a time, and I want to thank Neil Packer from the Haunted Antiques Research Centre for organising that whole event. I mean, that must have been a headache and a half for him to organise with him and his team, but they did a sterling job. Obviously, the awards night as well on the Saturday night, which was absolutely fantastic. And I was up for a couple of awards. I never won nothing, but that's all by the by. It was just great to be a part of it. It really was. Yeah, it was absolutely superb. Really enjoyed the whole weekend. I was absolutely shattered. I was shot to bits by the end of it all. But yeah, it was fantastic, and some fantastic people to have met there as well. But they have a Parameet North coming up in October. It's October the 19th and 20th of this year, and it's in Pontefract. So check out GPN Parameet on their website. That's Ghost Planet Network Parameet 2024. When I get a chance, I shall add that to the details in the video down below. I haven't added it yet, but I will do. But yeah, please go and check it out. You will not be disappointed. If it's anything like the Hinkley one in Leicestershire, it's going to be superb. But Neil's, yeah, exactly, mate. Justin, it was great to just sit around chewing the fat with Justin as well. It was fantastic. It's like almost like the table of who's who of around the park. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was obviously fantastic to meet everybody. It really was superb. And people that actually watch your videos come up and say, oh, we really like your videos. We met Emily from Haunted Happenings, and she was quite shy to come over and to say hello. But no, she's fantastic. It really was. But whilst I was there, the fantastic Kate Sherrill was also there as well. So we were all sat around the table, and I'm chewing the fat to everyone kind of thing. She just sat away from me there, and I just, and I was there at last year's Parameet Midlands as well. So she told a story of her growing up with some of the most alarming poltergeist activity. And I thought to myself, actually, and this was obviously last year, and I thought to myself when I was in obviously the room listening to it when she's on stage talking about it, and no worries, Ryan. How are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Love Ryan, love Amy. Fantastic people. Please go and check out their YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot more to come this year, and hopefully a lot more next year as well. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, when I was talking to Kate, and I talked to her this year, and I says, I really enjoyed your story of you growing up with and your family growing up with poltergeist activity, and what went on. It was like the stuff of movies. I was absolutely bloody superb. I really enjoyed it. I was getting goosebumps listening to the story. This obviously last year. So when I saw her this year, I said, "Do you mind at all? Have you got that written down? Do you have like a voice, a recorded statement of it all?" And she said that she does. So I asked her if I'd be able to narrate that story. So, Kate, if you're listening or you're watching, I know you said you'd send it over, but please do. I am really interested in getting that whole story narrated. That is an absolutely fantastic story. And how are you doing, Tim? Thanks for popping in, mate. Nice to see you, fella. So yeah, to do that one will be absolutely superb, and that one will go out as a Dead Cold Tale. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah, and Kate's given us permission to actually to put it out. So absolutely superb. Really can't wait for that. So for this year, just so we're going forward for this year, so you know what might not be happening. I've got a couple of videos from last year I can probably still do. I've still got the Ouija brothers, Steve and Griff, when they came to the Hill House. Obviously, you've seen their one, Steve's, of the Hill House. But night, Lisa. Thanks very much for popping in, love. Always great to see you. She is, yeah, exactly. Kate is great, so knowledgeable. but clever, clever and funny as well. Yeah, she is. She is very clever, sharp. Oh, that beer's going down nicely. I feel a lot better now, actually. Typical, isn't it? I felt ropey all day. Now I will. I'll get that done, Steve. I really will. It'd be nice to see. To be honest, since I've filmed it, I've put the whole thing into a file, and I've saved it on. It's on my PC, but I've never actually been through it. Which is what am I drinking? I am drinking Brewdog's Hazy Jane. Probably not as good as one of your brews, Tim. That's for sure. But maybe if you want to send me one of your 5 litre kegs, then please do. What I was going to do is I was actually tell you what I was going to do. I'm going to be honest here. I was actually wanting to do a giveaway. I know it's like I've never done one for a long time now, and I tried to look at a few various things and how to actually do a giveaway. But for some reason, I just can't seem to get it to work properly. But I still want to actually do one to it's mainly just for me to say thanks for everyone that's actually watched. Obviously, there's only going to be one winner, so it's not going to be for everyone. But yeah, so I'd really like to do a giveaway, but I'm not really too sure how to do it. And I'm sorry, but that I haven't actually been able to organise how to actually do it. And what I might do is actually organise something through social media over the coming week or so. I won't have time to organise it tomorrow, and obviously I'm going to be away for all of next week. So you might have to wait until I come back, and then I'll organise it. But I promise you, so I will do that when I come back from my break. Some of the old Mark videos are fantastic. That old car road, yes, that is. God, what was that one? That was the third, or let me have a look. Bear with me a second. Bear with. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me just quickly organise this. So actually, no, that was that one. Bloody hell. So let's let's get that one and that one and add the scene. Oh, I'm getting good at this. So this was Datchworth in Hertfordshire, which is allegedly Hertfordshire's most haunted village. Not to be confused with Pluckley, which is in Kent, which is apparently the most haunted village in the country.
How are we doing, folks?
There he
Welcome
is.
back to another episode of Dead Cold. I'm in the village of Datchworth there today, reputedly the most haunted village in Hertfordshire. So I've come here for one particular story, but there are about 4 or 5, and I probably will come back and have a research into some of those other ones. But just across the way here is a lane called Rectory Lane, which apparently a ghostly cart.
Let's forward that on a bit. Let's get that bald eagle out the way.
Tell you.
So this is Rectory Lane in Datchworth.
So bear with me on this because I can't really see a goddamn thing. I am literally using the camera night vision to see where I'm going.
Very atmospheric. When you read what actually supposedly what could have actually happened to you.
Pothole and that's it. I'm down the goddamn dike. Right.
I'll not do this forever.
Special mention to the Eves family. Are you with me on this road, on this lane?
Yes, Anna, I'm on my own doing that one.
So sorry to hear about your unfortunate demise due to the parish officers.
This was so Rectory Lane in
lending a hand when they
is,
see what the problem was.
is reputedly quite haunted. It had
Hurting, it says.
Apparently, you can see a horse and cart carrying dead bodies. Is
the Spirit Talker app
been seen
was made
going up this
with
way. Fantastic
in conjunction with the guys from Haunted Finders. I watch them on YouTube every now and again.
So it's called
decent bunch of guys, really.
It's called Rectory Lane. God, I think I made reference to Haunted Finders there.
Maybe I want to avoid this flaming ghostly flaming lane. Jesus wept. Fucking dark than heaven.
Oh, there's the crypto lot.
You can't imagine what it might have been like back in that day.
Let's just knock that off. Right. Yeah, so just remove that from the scene. Get me back up there again. There we go. Right. Okay. How are you doing, Side Eye Guy? Nice to see you, mate. So yeah, that was Datchworth. Please go and check out that video if you so want to. It's quite history and folklore oriented as well. There's some wild stories there at Datchworth. It really is. Some fantastic stories. It really is. And please, beautiful little town as well. As Diane said as well, other things have been captured in the church at the top of Rectory Lane. Beautiful place. It really is. Oh God, I'm getting them flagged up. Your live recording will end automatically in 30 minutes due to planned limits. Yeah, that's what you get when you get on the free one. Is the Grand Beador still in? He's probably buggered off by now. Back in the war zone. Pew pews. Nice one, Jody. Love that other people go to the creepy places so I film it. It's brilliant stuff. At least pew-pewing. Dorset band. What did I just see there before? Remember when you went ghost hunting on the yeah, that was it, Martin. That was it. That was actually at Datchworth. So when I got to the top of Rectory Lane and sat down in the churchyard, you could hear the fireworks in the background. I had to actually edit that one. A lot of that was cut out because of the fireworks going off the background. Typically, I'd gone in November, not too far away from bonfire night. It definitely is Scottish Pride, and I was still very jumpy around that time, and I got caught out by quite a few owls and rustlings in the bushes as I'm walking up that very dark lane. But great place. Really was a great place. Yep, that's the same video, Matt, on the church bench. Sorry, I can hear the cat meowing outside. The only trouble is, sometimes he's got a mouse in his mouth. He's a terrible mouser. He's a good mouser. Is Jerry, the ginger cat you saw before. But he can, if you've got bedroom windows open, he can bring mice in. He can bring mice back in, and sometimes they're actually still alive. So he'll drop them when he gets in, and he'll just take off. You get a mouse in your house. Um, yes, they are, Steve. Well, years ago we had the cat's probably I don't know 7 or 8 years old there now, maybe 9 years old. But with the kids to actually to name them, so the black one's called Jess, and the ginger one's called Jerry. But yes. Well, has anybody got any questions at all they'd like to answer me? Going back to distantly, going back to Lisa's question, I'd also like to work one day, and I really hope that happens one day. Go and work with Amy and Ryan from Full Dark Paranormal Explorers. That would be absolutely awesome. I'd like to meet up with Staffordshire Paranormal Explorers as well one day. We have talked about it, but we just haven't got anything sorted out yet. Obviously, I've now worked with DPI. I now work with Beardo, Nick from Walking the Weird. Yeah, all fantastic people. I'd love to see you work with Grim Life. Who were they, Steve? God, my cats bring me spiders. What's the scariest thing that's happened to you on an investigation? Sorry, I do apologise, Maddie. I tend not to see these things. I really do. I am terrible, to be honest. If you actually want to go and watch a decent live stream, don't watch mine, because I'm terrible for interacting with customers, shall we say. I do apologise, Maddie. So, to answer your question, what's the scariest thing that's happened to you on an investigation? Third time I asked now. Scariest. The scariest thing that's probably happened to me that really that made me think, and also freaked me out as well. I had major chills from this. Is actually a couple of things. So I'll say two things. One was at the Nanai Hall, also known as Haunted Hill. The torch incident in the pocket, when the ghost tube app was kept on saying burn all the time. Now I get annoyed by the ghost tube app saying burn or saying whatever, being repetitive. But on this occasion, this has been the first time the ghost tube app had been constantly repetitive. And if you've seen it, then it must have said the word burn about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times. And then all of a sudden, unbeknown to me, I had my torch on full in my pocket. And those kind of torches that I use, they can get really hot if they're actually left on. It was a creepy one, Mad Wecker. It really was. It was a. I don't believe the ghost tube app at all. I don't believe any kind of apps. But that was a very strange coincidence where it kept on saying burn, burn, burn. It said burn for a long time, to be fair. And then the torch, unbeknown to me, was on my pocket and a burn in my leg. So yeah, that's one of them. One of the other ones in one of my videos one of the freakiest things was when we did the SDS method at the House That Cries. Now, if anybody hasn't seen that one, go and watch my video for the House That Cries. I was with Parallel Activities and a few other people, Kay and Craig Maloney, lovely people. We were all in what they call the Red Room in the House That Cries, and Kay, who's a medium, was the host for wearing the blindfold and the headphones, and having the radio noise played into the headphones, and her husband was asking the questions. Now, you can say what you like about the questions we asked at the time, but what freaked me out the most, and I didn't notice this when I was actually when we actually were there at the time, but because I'd kept the camera rolling, after we stopped the SDS method, Kay was still plugged into the machine, and things were starting to happen around her, around us, and she's kind of reacting to them just before. It was really weird. I mean, that house is fantastic. That it's in Wolverhampton, just down the road from Stee. So yeah, the House That Cries. That's another very freaky one. I hope that answers your question, Maddie. And I apologise for not seeing it the first time. Nice one, Tim. What's Steve talking about? You got me into apps, and now yeah, exactly. Apparently, I got Steve into apps, but and now I don't really use them at all. What's he saying? DPI are a great couple. I'm going to try and sort of collaborate. Durham Digger. I'll read, body lad. Oh, fantastic. Nice to see you, Durham Digger. I mean, I'm from Durham, and I've never actually done any paranormal investigations in Durham. I need to get back up there, spend some time with my mum, who still lives up there, and probably go and do some investigations in Durham. There's a guy that I follow on Facebook as well, called he does like ghost walks through Durham City. I mean, Durham City is a very old city in itself. If you've ever been to Durham City, it's beautiful. I mean, I didn't appreciate it when I was growing up, but it is a beautiful city and very old. But yeah, I need to actually, when I get back up there, spend some time in Durham and actually do some ghost hunting around Durham, do some paranormal investigations. I need to get that before I know, exactly, Diane. I don't even have to. Grim Life Collective, check them out, Mark. Okay, I will. What's this? Scariest thing with me on investigation was slipping off a ridge and ending up in a muddy bog, quicksand, just with thick mud, over to my chest. Bloody hell's bells. Before I got out, lost boots and camera. Jesus, wet man. You've been lucky there, that's for sure, mate. Sorry to hear that. I need a Chat W. Just go. Yes, side eye guy. Nice to see you, by the way, mate. But Mythos is around Durham, and we have actually talked. So there's no reason why when I'm, because I don't live in Durham anymore. My mum still is up there, and I am planning on going up there sometime in September. Probably towards like the middle of September. But yeah, I would very much like to meet up with Mythos whilst I'm there. The pond incident. Exactly, mate. Durham Digger saying that there's very, very many overlooked places up there. I'd love to see a few investigations up here. I mean, the place, Durham City itself, is absolutely steeped in history. It is a seriously old place. It's as old as what York is. and might be even older. Really is a spectacular place. There's a pub called the Shakespeare, and I think they've actually started doing paranormal investigations there. Also, a place that I used to go to, I've been to Shakespeare as well, the Dun Cow, which is across the road from the law courts, where they used to have the hanging galleries there. So the Dun Cow is a pub right on near the prisons actually. There's Durham's old jail there, which is still an active jail, and exactly, mate, Cheza. You're very right there. Can't believe from getting dead cold from Durham and having an investigation there. No, because I don't live there. That's for sure. And that's mainly the reason why, unfortunately. But I need to actually get up there and do something. I tell you what, I'm going to try and make that a point over the next. See if I can get something done this year. I can't guarantee it, but if not, I can even just get up there and whilst I'm up there when my mum's there, hopefully in September, I'll get around there and do some walks, tell some history, take the camera up there. Be good. Cheers, Tim. Nice to see you, mate. Right. Night night, Claire. If I've missed that, I do apologise. What's this one? Christine visit. Nice. Thanks for putting a question there, Christine. If you could investigate anywhere in the world, where would you like to investigate? I'd really like to do a couple of places. Well, I'd like to do a couple of places in America. Probably like places like Alcatraz or places where where Amy and Ryan have been, like Waverly Hills, and the Indianapolis Penitentiary. I can't remember there now, but they look fantastic places. They really did. The one where Ryan or Amy, you might be telling me in chat if you're still there. The one where Ryan did played the guitar to the spirits. I mean, talk about spirit box personified. Yeah, please go and what was that one, Amy and Ryan, where you did the prison, where you played guitar and sang to the spirits. Superb. Diane's been to Alcatraz. Well done indeed, love. Oh, excuse me, sorry. West Virginia Penitentiary. Thanks very much, Ryan and Amy. Yeah, please, honestly, folks, go and check out Amy and Full Dark Paranormal Explorers and go and check out their video from West Virginia Penitentiary. What a way to try and get spirits to interact. I was like gobsmacked. It was just like fantastic. Beats any bloody beats any spirit box, that's for sure. We are now on the road to 10k for Dead Cold. Hey, that rhymes, that mate. Tell you what, mate. 10k for me, for my channel. I don't know. I'm not going to be defeatist, but I doubt that'll happen. To be honest, I can't see that. 10,000 subscribers on this channel. That I need to start putting out a hell of a lot more content if I'm going to get up there, get up to those echelons, those dizzy heights of 10k. Plus, I'm actually quite happy down here in the 5k region. To be honest, it's going to happen. Well, maybe it might. Maybe I don't know. It might not. No pressure. Exactly, Jan. No pressure. Evening, Jill. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in, love. What's Diane saying? He's been out of the Alcatraz. Other places I'd like to go to in this country would, I mean, obviously it's never going to happen, but I'd love to do the Tower of London, but they don't allow anybody in there, to be honest. And I'd like to go up to Scotland and do a few places up there, like so the Edinburgh Vaults kind of thing. That would be absolutely superb. Well, exactly, Steve. We never thought 100k was possible. Anything can happen. But to be honest, mate, you put in the bloody your work. You really do put in the work, mate. You've got to try and keep up that YouTube algorithm, and you definitely do that. And you do it exceptionally well as well, mate. So more power to you. You'll be I think you'll get to 200,000 before I get to 10k, mate. Edinburgh Vaults, yeah, man. That'd be superb. Yeah, please do, folks. Go and sub to Amy sub to Amy and Ryan. Sorry, Full Dark Paranormal Explorers. I mean, you can sub to Ryan as well because he's got his own channel. Ryan's got his own channel, which is all guitar based. He's a musician as well, which is he's a fantastic musician. I tell you what, Rilana, fair enough. I might talk my channel down a bit, but it's I'm very proud of where I've actually got to be honest. And I'm very picky about what I put in my videos and how they are perceived. So yeah, thanks very much. I'm very pleased with where I've got to with my channel, considering obviously when I first did the one from Cold Christmas Church many years ago, I thought to myself, I'd be over the moon if I ever got to 10 or even 100 subscribers. It is, Steve. 5k for what I put out, because I don't really put out a massive amount of content. So for me to get 5k, I am just over the moon about that. I mean, I never did. There's not many wildest dreams I'd ever think to ever get to 5k. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, Mad Paranormal, what we got there? Mad Paranormal Investigations. We are pushing for our first 1,000. It's hard, but we'll get there. You will get there eventually. You've got to hit 1,000 subs, and if you're going to monetize, you're going to 1,000 subs. I don't know if it's changed again there now, but 4,000 watched hours, which I thought was. I actually hit 1,000 subs, and then it took me about another 3-4 months before I got 4,000 watched hours before I could monetize the channel. But if you're patient and you're true to yourself, you'll get there 100%. You won't make grow in seconds with you're doing something right. The jam helped. Steve, I am going to do some more jams this year, to be honest. As soon as the damsons are ready in my local area where I live, damson jam will be coming out, and I'll get some strawberries as well and other bits and pieces. But yeah, all good. Yes, it is actually. So what I'm going to do, Diane's just said there, time to go. I'll catch you tomorrow night in the please don't forget, folks, Paranormal Monkey podcast tomorrow night with the Ouija brothers. Really looking forward to that. I shall try and catch myself, even though I'm going to be a little bit busy trying to get ready for going away on Tuesday. But yeah, please go and check that out. And on that note, what I'm going to do, I am going to close up there now anyway. So I apologise if I missed anyone's questions. Massive thanks to everybody that's actually come in tonight and said hello. Hope you've enjoyed the chat. Rilana, thank you very much indeed, love. Much appreciated. And Mad Paranormal Investigators gets it. Welcome in, Mad. Welcome in. Thank you very much indeed, Rilana. Very much appreciated. For anybody that donates to my channel, it's just I find it quite overwhelming, and I get a little bit awkward about it because I don't expect people to actually like to do that kind of thing. It's very humbling and very heartwarming when people donate and things. It's fantastic. But there's a rumor going round that the Right Honourable Mrs. Geek, wife of Beardo, might be actually making a, she makes the woolen effigies kind of thing. She might actually be making a chili version of me. Brilliant. Well, I tell you what, folks, on that note, thanks very much to everybody that's popped in tonight. Really hope you liked it. Thank you very much to everyone that's commented, liked, and donated. And yeah, so if you want, I shall plug my own merch. There's a new, as you can see, I've lost the paranormal investigations part of it. So this is a new T-shirt that's come out. It's on my YouTube channel. If you want to click on the more part of it, and you can get the link to the to T-Mill, who's my T-shirt supplier, and you can get it from there. That's all I'll say as I'm promoting stuff. Apart from that, I'm not promoting anything else. Many thanks, folks, and very good night to you. I'll see you soon. Much respect and lots of love.